the small, quiet town of Bladenboro, an eerie stillness settled over the night as the full moon cast an unsettling glow upon the darkened streets. The residents of the town, having heard countless tales of the terrifying Beast of Bladenboro, stayed locked in their homes, fearful of the gruesome legend that haunted their lives. Whispers of this creature had been passed down through generations, a ghastly creature that terrorized their ancestors. On this particular night, an air of dread hung heavily over the town as an ominous howling echoed through the trees. It was a sound that made the bravest of souls quiver in their beds. Even the dogs cowered in fear as the unnatural howling grew louder and closer. In a modest farmhouse on the outskirts of town, Sarah, a young woman with fiery red hair and a fearless spirit, clutched a baseball bat as she heard the eerie sounds drawing near. Her husband, James, had gone out earlier to investigate the commotion and hadn't returned. She couldn't bear the thought of losing him to the same fate as so many others in Bladenboro. The howling grew deafening, and a shadowy figure darted past the window. Sarah's heart raced, and her grip on the baseball bat tightened as she crept toward the door. Swinging it open, she stepped out into the cold, moonlit night. Her eyes scanned the darkness, searching for any sign of her husband. As she ventured further into the woods, the trees seemed to close in around her, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. The sinister howling was all around her now, surrounding her from all sides. Fear gnawed at her, but she pressed on, determined to find James. Suddenly, a pair of piercing yellow eyes glowed in the darkness, and the monstrous Beast of Bladenboro emerged from the shadows. It was a grotesque creature, half wolf, half monster, with matted fur and razor-sharp teeth. It lunged at Sarah, who swung her bat with all her might, landing a fierce blow on the creature's head. A guttural growl erupted from the beast as it recoiled in pain. Sarah, fueled by desperation and adrenaline, continued to battle the horrifying creature. They circled each other, each strike of the bat accompanied by snarls and ferocious snaps of teeth. Blood splattered in the moonlight as the brutal fight continued. With one final, powerful swing, Sarah struck the beast's head, causing it to stagger backward, yelping in agony. The beast, now severely wounded and weakened, retreated into the darkness from which it had emerged, vanishing from sight. Breathing heavily and covered in blood, Sarah stumbled back to her farmhouse, her heart still racing with fear. She had defended herself and lived to tell the tale, but her husband was still missing, and the Beast of Bladenboro remained a terrifying enigma. Days turned into weeks, and the town was never the same again. The beast had disappeared, and Bladenboro slowly returned to a semblance of normalcy. Yet the legend of the Beast of Bladenboro lived on, whispered around campfires and in hushed conversations. The brave woman who had stood her ground and fought the creature became a symbol of strength and courage for the town. In the end, the beast had been defeated, but the scars it left on Bladenboro would forever haunt the town's collective memory.